also two guys at a device that is a flattener. It smashes the whole thing into their classic Dick Ann's burger. It's really just a smushed burger. You're getting all the usual burger, just smashed down into a tight little patty.
See, I thought I would like that. Turns out I don't. If I'm going to smash anything, I want it to be done by my own hands. Or an elephant.
Okay.
If they had like a whole system where they had like a full-grown male elephant in the back, tusks that were sought after by hunters,
poachers,
I'd be okay with that. A little bit of unique smushing going on. But if they're just pressing them in the back with the machine, what's the point? You're just going after something that... What did Dick and Ann have against non-flat items? Because everything there was just flat.
What if the machine was operated by an elephant, like a Babar or something?
Yeah.
What if Babar was running that machine? Does that still count?
If Babar the elephant was using a press to squish it.
Yeah. Does that pass? Matthew Jankovic elephant test?
Yeah, I'd be depressed, and I don't even know how to explain why.
Everyone else would be freaking out that there's an elephant standing, talking. He's a king because he's got a crown and a green suit. And they'd be like, where'd you get this suit? He's off to the side being depressed.
Yeah. Well, Babar is not a very exciting show, so I don't imagine he'd run a very exciting establishment, especially if he's in the back.
Well, he works there. He doesn't own the joint. Dick and Ann do.
But he's a king. If he's a king and he's working in the back of a Dick Ann's...
he's the king of the elephants. Who's impressed in man's world?
Oh, that's really sad. That's the depressing part, where a king in the elephant world is just a back alley cook in the human world.
Well, he's indoors. It's not a back alley cook, but
no,
he's
not
a
in the human world.
A short order cook.
Not in the human world. He said man's world, like the James Brown song.
It's a man's world.
Where elephants just work the press.
So you see him on his break, and he's like, back in Africa, I used to be king. I come to Canada. And I have to smush burgers.
He's got a cigarette between his two.
I can just imagine him leaning on the back of the back entrance right beside the dumpster. He's holding a cigarette with his nose and bringing it to his mouth, and then breathing out through his nose.
And he was like, fine, I was made to smush burgers, but then they tell me I can't use my feet.
It's not sanitary, they say, because I don't wear shoes. Have you tried to buy an elephant shoes? It's impossible.
Tried to tell me I couldn't wear this crown. Well, I tell them, I'm wearing the crown.
Forget it, Babar. It's a man's world.
Now, when you were saying before that you were looking online for a 10-year-old, I was very happy you said game.
10-year-old game. Okay, yeah.
I was very happy you said game at the end of it. Sometimes you leave pauses in weird areas of your speech.
I mean, I like the idea of maybe buying a 10-year-old game and then also buying a 10-year-old to play the game for me. See, because then I could do other things while he advances me in the game, trains my Pokemons for me, and makes me a better Pokemon trainer.
So you delegating your work, or
I'm delegating my work to maybe ideally a young Asian boy. I think he'd be good at it. I'd be like, "Hey Fuji, how's it going with the Pokemon? So you get them all yet?" And he'd be like, "Mr. Sebastian, Mr. Sebastian, I have not cut them all yet, but the progress is going very well. I'm training your Pokemon. It's very encouraging, the progress that I see."
So wait, his name is Fuji, and he calls you Mr. Sebastian.
Well, I've hired him, right? I've found him online, and I'm paying him to play the game for me. I hope he deals with me with a modicum of respect.
Which I don't even know what you're paying him, but does he come to live with you to do this?
He could have his own place.
Okay.
I check up on him every couple of days to be like, look over his shoulder. How's that going there?
Mr. Sebastian.
Mr. Sebastian, Squirtle has evolved into a war turtle, and it's going very well. I taught him surf. So now you can surf around on him? Yes. Very good. Very good. Keep it up, Fuji. My name is not Fuji. Well, I pay you enough to call you Fuji, all right?
Yeah, and then he just, like, agrees, nods his head, and goes back to the game, but there's a little glimmer of rebellion in his eye.
I mean, eventually, I'm looking at his work, I'm looking at the contract, I go, Fuji, you've been doing a really good job here. I think I'm going to renew your contract. And Fuji's like, I will not accept this renewal. I do not want to work for you anymore. All this time, I have been training my own Pokemon, and I am the master now. I will destroy your Pokemon in a Poke Battle. And then he challenges me to a fight, and all this time I've been outsourcing my training.
Yeah.
He's going to take me down.
Yeah. He's like, foolish Mr. Sebastian. All this time you pay me, a young boy, to do your fighting and your training. Now you know nothing, and you have grown weak.
I'm like, Fuji, no. My name is not Fuji. My name is Yoshikima.
If you had listened, you would know this.
All right, Fuji, calm down now. Calm down. And the next thing you know, he throws out a Pokeball. He's got some, like, supercharged Gyarados.
Yeah, and what are you...
Eating up my little Squirtles.
Yeah, and what are you to do?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what my secret moves are.
No.
It's been a long time I haven't played this game. I should have been playing myself. Live and learn. Don't hire a young Japanese boy to play your video games for you. Or else when it comes time for a tournament, you'll be doomed.
Or just learn his name.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So when contract renegotiations come along, it could be a lot more amicable.
Yeah.
But I love this porcelain little dog where he's crying with a tear down his cheek as he's holding a gun to the top of his head. It's so morose for a cartoon character, but I absolutely love it. And it's on a stand that if you twist the whole bottle, it'll twist back like one of these ballerina statues that plays music, and it plays like a sad little song.
It does play a song.
It does play a song,
and
just like it's like the song of his suicide.
Oh man! And this is Hanna-Barbera's Droopy Dog for real?
I don't know if it's like a completely on-model character thing. I don't think this is a licensed product. I think it's just sort of like a Basker Hound or whatever those dogs are called. Basset Hound. Yeah. Basset Hound. That looks so much like Droopy Dog that, I mean, if it's pretty much supposed to be Droopy Dog.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Yeah, I feel like he did say things like that. Like, he may have tried to commit suicide a few times, and, like, it never quite worked, and he was like, oh, dear.
Yeah, maybe, like, Mr. Magoo would interfere. He's about to, like, have a piano drop on his head, and then Mr. Magoo...
steps on a teeter-totter, and he flings away, and he's like, oh, dear, I'll have to live some more.
Just my luck. Boo-hoo. They're catching all the heat, Seba. I hate to say.
I guess they're catching the heat.
Not unlike a Dreamcatcher.
Well, I mean, I guess it is unlike a Dreamcatcher. Doesn't a Dreamcatcher just let the dreams go right through? No, it does. It does catch it.
Doesn't it take them? Grab them?
I guess it grabs them and doesn't let them get away. I don't know exactly what Dreamcatcher does. I had one in my old apartment, and when it was in the room when I moved in.
Jesus.
And I did not like the idea of it catching my dreams. Those are my dreams. You will let them go into the ether as they may. Do not catch them. So I moved that over to the wall. I figured, because you're supposed to keep it by the window, is my understanding. Moved over to the wall, because I don't want to catch my dreams.
Yeah.
Those dreams belong to the universe.
So you make them, and then you send them out there. You don't want someone else to gain ownership of them.
Well, I feel like the catcher stops them from going out into the universe.
Doesn't it stop like just the bad juju in those dreams, or does it take it all?
Hold on. Are the dreams coming from the world and going into my mind, and so you put it by the window to keep the bad dreams from coming into my mind?
I think it's to keep your bad energy from getting out there into the world.
I don't want to keep it here. Let that bad energy go away.
You throw the Dreamcatcher out. You don't keep someone else's Dreamcatcher just sitting in your room.
Because it's full of dreams.
Full of who knows what dreams.
I mean, hopefully that's true. They might be full of like dreams of demons and wars.
Dirty dreams.
Ooh, now that's intriguing.
No,
maybe I do want to catch some of these dreams. Tap into that. What a great package of clips.
Truly outstanding work.
Now, I understand we have another caller on the line.
Oh.
Who do we have?
Oh, you got Dane here. You got Dane here on the line.
Oh, Dane McCarthy, another former guest of the podcast.
Hello, Dane.
Hey, guys. Phones have been, I can only assume hot because I've been trying to get through for at least 30 seconds.
A lot of energy here. A lot of energy.
So we're still trying to raise money here on the Cadeau and Janko Burgerthon of Hope. And since you're calling in, would you like to share any of your fond Cadeau and Janko memories?
I mean, it's more about the intestinal fortitude that you guys got for me. I don't know any two people that are as passionate about burgers and can take sort of the sheer volume of burgers that you guys have taken in such a short period of time. It's been really impressive. Week after week, guys. You just keep pumping it out.
I mean, it's also a little discouraging. We got tuxedos for the occasion, and they're a little snug, especially when we're sitting down to record here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I mean, you've got an undeniable burger scale. You guys have hit some of it's a hit list for me. It's a total checklist of places that I'm trying to go to, and I can't keep up. No way could I have accomplished what you guys have gotten done.
Thank you,
and
Dane.
I definitely look forward to what you guys have coming next.
That's very nice to hear from you. So what we hope to have coming next, Dane, is a cross-country American burger road trip. And that's exactly what we're raising money for here on the Burgerthon of Hope. So
that sounds incredible.
Dane, we've got prizes to give away at the $10, $50, and $100 level. You can get a tote bag. You can get a tote bag and a spatula. You can get a whole burger lunch with Cadeau and Janko. So
you still owe me.
We owe you?
Yeah, from episode 13, guys. From fucking Halloween, Jurassic Park. You guys owe me a free burger lunch.
This was debatable, Dane. The contest had closed by the time you had entered it.
Yeah, I think we've settled this. We've buried this hatchet, Dane.
Disagree to agree then.
So what I'm assuming we could put you down for $100 level
pledge.
Right?
Yeah, under no circumstances. No, I was actually calling in to plug my GoFundMe that I got going on right now. It's called Escorts and Whores for John Tavares. And basically what I'm looking for is money myself to make sure that a Montreal escort goes to John Tavares' house for every day of June leading up to the NHL draft to persuade him to sign with the Montreal Canadiens. So if anyone wants to get a hold of me, I will be spamming their burger Instagram, Twitter, with my contact info, with the GoFundMe to bring whores to John Tavares and winning back to Montreal.
Well, I mean, also a worthy cause, I suppose.
Noble work.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your call anyway, Dan.
$10 maybe? $10, $10, Dane.
No. I can't spare a single cent. I want John Tavares in Montreal.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Dane.
This is a much more expensive escort service that I'm calling into. It's not like the prior Horse for Dane McCarthy one, where it was pennies were needed. Basically, it was very, very, very simple to fund.
Oh, well, you learn your lessons, I guess.
Yep. Well, good luck, guys.
Thanks.
Better luck to me.
Well, thanks, Dane.
Yeah, burger on.
We'll try.
Oh, so I'd like to remind the listeners, our phone number is 1-800-BURGERS. That's 287-4377. Keep those calls coming in. And now we want to take the opportunity to resurrect a classic segment from the podcast.
Oh, this is exciting.
It is Tales from the Vortex. So years ago, Matthew and I worked in a factory called Vortex that made